I'm NARA Honored Historian Anthony Elmore, and my title for today is Anthony Elmore, NARA Honored Historian. The term NARA means the National Archives and Records Administration. The word NARA means National Archives and Records Administration. See, NARA is the federal sanctioned archives or reporting agency that preserve the most precious records of American history, culture. It tells the story for future generations what America is like. Me, Anthony Elmore, is honored by NARA. Let me tell you my story. In 2008, America elected its first African American president, Barack Obama Jr. Now, when President Obama got elected, it was my thought is that how do we honor the election of America's first black president, and how could we contribute to this effort? You see in this house here, this is the first all-African house in America that is in the African American community of Orange Mound. When President Obama got elected, I made the decision that I would create or have designers in Africa to create President Barack Obama Jr. a mud cloth tuxedo, whereas the president could not only be a black president, but he could bring together Africans and African Americans. He could bring us together and honor our African heritage through wearing an African mud cloth tuxedo. Clearly, the president could not wear something like a dashiki or something like that, but by my being an African designer, I decided that I would have a mud cloth tuxedo. You see what I'm wearing right now? This is kente cloth that's made in Ghana. It's the Ghana kente cloth, and this is, I think, the Ashanti kente cloth. The difference is, I had this cloth configured in a European or Western style, to whereas I'm still African, but it's configured for the American market. Now, what I did was, I called my designers in Ghana, and I told them, let's get the best designer and the best tailor. And I knew a tailor who made this. His name was Ranford. And I had George Adantang and Samuel Adantang, who were our agents in Ghana. They rushed to the market, purchased some mud cloth material, and they had Ransford to make a tuxedo for the new President of the United States of America, President Barack Obama Jr. Now, one of the most interesting things about this tuxedo, Ghana has tailors that are so fantastic. They could pretty well much just look at you and know your size, and they can make a custom garment for you because they are just that talented. And I told them, I said, look, I don't have the measurements of President Obama. Look at the pictures of President Obama and make him a tuxedo. They quickly, in 2008, made President Obama a tuxedo. They rushed that tuxedo back to me in 2008. I, in turn, asked our Memphis Congressman, Steve Cohen, could he please deliver the tuxedo so President Obama could have this tuxedo for his inauguration in January of 2009. Congressman Cohen took that tuxedo to the White House. Now, When President Obama's inauguration came about, he did not wear the tuxedo. However, shortly after his inauguration, his office contacted Memphis Congressman Steve Coleman, and they left a message to let them know that this African-style tuxedo would be used in the Barack Obama Presidential Library. Now, let's fast forward to June of 2009. President Obama, at the time in 2009, Kenya was having unrest. Even though Barack Obama's father came from Kenya, he could not go to Kenya because there was unrest, but he made the commitment that he would go to the country of Ghana, which was more stable at that time. And since he was going to Ghana, and since these doors and these clothes and the first all-African house that I made was in Ghana, on June 30th, 2009, I wrote President Barack Obama a long, extended 10-page letter explaining to him about the Safari initiative that I had created. Now, Safari is an acronym. It means Style, African Family Application Renaissance Initiative. Now, the F is interchangeable. It's food, family, finance, friendship, faith. You see, this Safari initiative is a tool to bring African and African Americans together. And I wrote President Obama to tell him about my experience in Ghana and how he could build trade between America and Africa, or between African Americans, by creating products for the American market. Now, President Obama went to Ghana and he spoke in Ghana. Now, prior to President Obama going to Ghana, Memphis Congressman Steve Coleman, in celebration of President Obama going to Ghana, in celebration of our taking that African tuxedo to Ghana, Memphis Congressman Steve Coleman went on the floor of Congress and he honored what we had done, because what we did in this very house, we celebrated President Barack Obama going to Ghana. And what Congressman Cohen did, he took to the floor of Congress and he honored our efforts to bring relationships between Africa and African Americans.
What representative from Tennessee rise? Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, today I rise to applaud the efforts of Ghana in promoting good governance and civic participation. President Obama will wrap up the third leg of his international trip in Ghana. He'll be there today, and I'm reminded of the important role this democratic nation plays in the international world. Ghana is an active participant in the United Nations and the African Union, and its region has been extremely active in international peacekeeping. Ghana, the first state in sub-Saharan Africa to gain its independence, has shown that it's a stable nation whose government and people are accountable to one another. These acts are a good first step in developing future relationships between our nation and Ghana. One of my constituents, five-time karate and kickboxing champion Anthony Amp Elmore, fulfilled his lifelong dream by visiting Ghana in 1998. The champ visited Accra, and it's changed life. After returning to Memphis, Amp developed his vision of educating and enlightening people about the cultural and economic importance of Africa as a continent, as well as Ghana. At his home and throughout the city, he showcased African artifacts, fabrics, and art. This weekend, on Friday and Saturday both, he'll be honoring Africa at his home and inviting the public, and having a fashion show and an African dinner. I'll be there. Next year, I'll visit Ghana and hope to develop trade between our city, Ghana, and our nation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
In 1990, I went to the country of Kenya to premiere my movie. It's called A Contemporary Gladiator. This is the first movie made in Memphis film history, the first 35mm theatrical film made in Memphis film history. It's called A Contemporary Gladiator, which is also the first kickboxing film in world film history. Right here in this very house, We made the first kickboxing film in world film history. Not only is it not only the first kickboxing film in world film history, it is the first story of a karateka. It's the first biopic of a karateka in world history, and it's also the first story of a Buddhist in world history, a first biopic rather. You see, in 1993, the Tina Turner movie called What's Love Got to Do With It? She was a Buddhist, and I practiced the same Buddhism as Tina Turner, but my movie came out in 1988, whereas Tina Turner's movie came out in 1993. Also in 1993, they made the movie about Bruce Lee, who was a karateka. My movie came out before Bruce Lee's movie. It's called The Contemporary Gladiator. Now, we move into 2009 when President Obama came back from Ghana. He wrote me a letter, a thank you letter for the tuxedo, and this is in 2009. We never heard anything else about the tuxedo other than the tuxedo would be in the Barack Obama Presidential Library. This tuxedo was made in Accra, Ghana in 2008, and that's 16 years ago. Now, let's fast forward to December of 2025. I look on the internet, and what do you see? The Barack Obama Presidential Library is the first digital library in American presidential history. And what President Obama did, President Obama and the Barack Obama Presidential Library put that African tuxedo on the Barack Obama Presidential Library website. Now, right now as I do this story, it is 2025 in December. However, next year, the Barack Obama Presidential Library opens and you will see that tuxedo. But because he is the first digital president, that tuxedo, the Barack Obama Presidential Library put the tuxedo made by Elmore African Imports, owned by Anthony Elmore, whereas we are honored as the first, or we are honored by being a part of NARA. The term NARA means the National Archives and Records Administration. My story is now archived in the archives and at the highest level of the federal government, where they honor the constitutions and civil rights things. This tuxedo is in the National Archives, and this video tells the story. It tells the story of Anthony Elmore, honored by the National Archives, or honored by NARA.